series was created for school purposes. The Good Eats theme song or the producers of Good Eats were never involved with Kid Chef or the production of it. And I'm using the Good Eats theme song because I couldn't find a better one. Kid Chef! Welcome back to Kid Chef. Now you may notice this isn't my regular kitchen. That's because I'm here with my history teacher and my English teacher, Mr. O'Neill and Miss Lupovitch.
Hi.
Hi. They're business partners in a business of making jams, jellies, and hot sauce. They go to the market every Saturday to sell their amazing products. And what are we making today, guys?
Today, I believe we're making good old strawberry, Alice in Wonderland strawberry preserves.
Awesome. So we're going to start with our strawberries. This is how much?
So this is like, Michael, this is like 4 pounds of strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put in, a little bit of lemon juice, probably about 3.5 ounces of lemon juice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put in about 2 pounds and 10 ounces of good old unrefined organic sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One.
So for the first step of the process, we are going to put our strawberries into this big copper kettle.
All right, let me help you with that, Michael.
All right.
So, take this, put that in there like that. Okay. And then we're going to get all this in there. Okay. So what do you think, Michael? You think that's got about enough out of there?
Yeah, I think
Got
we
all
got
that?
everything.
Yeah, because we don't want it too sweet, do we?
Nope.
All right, there we go. Just turn this around. There you go. All right.
Now we're going to turn this up. And it'll take about 20 minutes or so to have the liquid cook out of it.
One.
So as you can see, the jam is in its early stages and it's really starting to foam up. So what you want to do is you want to cut the heat down a little bit and then skim the foam off of the top. And I'm using this blue glove because it's really, really, really hot and I don't want to burn myself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the foam, and you're just going to take the foam and put it in a container. It's really simple. You need to get all the foam into the container and then wash it out. And you're going to be doing this a lot in the process. And there's a special way of stirring the jam. So you hold it like this, and then you push it back and forth. You're kind of scraping the bottom as you do it, and you just go all around the kettle or pot to scrape all of the bottom. And then you take it out and you look at the consistency of it, and it's really, really runny and thin, which means that we need to cook it a lot more. So just stir this up a little bit.
So Michael, why are you using a copper kettle?
Because copper distributes the heat more evenly than stainless steel does.
And it won't, not as easy to stick, huh?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
One.
So now we have entered the second of 3 stages in jam making. The strawberries have gotten a lot darker and they are beginning to move around in the pot. Now, this is about the time when you add some more lemon juice. And the reason we're adding lemon juice is because we need pectin in our jam. There are 3 components in a jam. There's fruit, sugar, and pectin. Strawberries don't have very much natural pectin, but lemons do, so we're adding some lemon juice to put some pectin into the jam. And what pectin does is when it combines with the sugar molecules, it creates the gel texture that you look for in a jam.
Let me stir this up for you, Michael. So we'll just now remember how are we supposed to stir this? I just kind of bring it back here and then push
Back
it.
and push.
Right. And why do you have me pushing on the bottom of it like that?
To scrape the bottom of sugar and strawberries.
Right, because we don't want them to scorch, and it's doing really well, huh?
Mhm.
So what is all this bubbles? What's all that bubbling stuff? What's that?
That is the sugar molecules combining with the juice that's been cooked out of the strawberries.
Right, so we're cooking the juice off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so this is, what stage is this?
This is 2 of 3.
Yeah, this is 2 of 3, so we got one more to go, huh?
Yep.
All right, I can't wait.
1, go.
As you can see, the strawberries are darkening a lot, and they're like rising and falling with the bubbles, which means it's beginning to enter the final stage. And for that reason, we're going to test it. Get a little bit on a spoon, let it cool for a few seconds. You get all the flavor from the strawberry, and then the sweetness, and then the brightness of the lemon. I think we need a little bit more lemon juice. So if you ever think that you need more lemon juice, add about an ounce or so more.
Let me help you out with that, Michael. We'll set that there. And then, how much did you say we should add?
About an ounce.
About an ounce, okay. Let's see here. There we go. It's about an ounce.
All right. Put that in.
Okay. All right, let me stir it up for you here, and then you can test it.
All right. I'll wash this spoon off.
Okay. Michael, I think you got it almost ready.
All right.
See how that balance is now. Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect? Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome. So, do you think we should, let's see, tell them about how the consistency now. Whenever I do that, what is it doing?
Whenever you push it through the middle, you can sort of see the bottom, and all of it moves as one.
Kind of moves as a unit, huh?
Yeah.
So you can tell, even though it's hot, it's still kind of gelling, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, do you think we're ready to test it?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell them how we go about testing it?
Okay. So,
And I'll do all this.
in order to test it, we take a spoon that's been sitting in the freezer, and then we put some of the jam onto the spoon and put it in the freezer again, about 3 minutes or so. And then we take it back out and hold it inverted so that we can see the consistency, and if it runs off quickly, then we need to cook it more. And if it doesn't move very much, then it's good. And we can also like push it up to test the jelliness of it. See if we have enough pectin. Did you cut it?
All right, so here's our frozen spoon. And let me get you a little bit here. There you go, that should be good. Okay, so we got a little bit on there. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and put it back in the freezer, right?
Yeah.
How long do we want to keep it in the freezer?
About 3 minutes.
About 3 minutes, okay.
1.
So here's our frozen spoon with the jelly or jam. And we've had it in the freezer for about 3 minutes. So now we're going to test it.
Looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
So let's see now. So when you push it, should actually nudge a little bit. Oh. What do you think about that consistency? Think that's okay?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I think it's good too.
Alright.
I think it's really good. Ah! All right. So we're going to put that over there. Now we got to get it jarred up, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and help you out. I'll be your helper. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the jars out and let them set over here. Let's see here.
You got a blue glove.
I'll let these jars set. Let's see. 3. All right. So what method is this, Michael, that we use? And, you know, like some people use like a water bath method where they dip it in water. But what is it? Let's talk about this technique.
This is a European method. What we do is we put the jars in trays and put them in the oven for at about 275 degrees. And then the heat sterilizes them.
Right. And then what I do is we have to transfer this mixture to the here, right? Okay, so we'll just transfer that over. And we try to get, you and I got the foam off. As much as we could get anyway. And then we just transfer this over here. Now this kind of goes easier when we work as a team, right? Okay. So we're going to take this and move this over here, right there for now. And then we're going to take these, wipe the tops of the jars.
So that it can help seal it when we put the lids on.
Right. How far from the top do we go?
About a ½ inch.
About a ½ inch, exactly. So if you go over a ½ inch, then we have to take some out. So why do we not want to go over ½ an inch?
So that we don't have very much oxygen in it, and oxygen is what deteriorates the jam over time. So we have this tight seal to prevent oxygen from getting in.
That's it. We want a good seal. So if we're too close, if there's not enough room, then it can't suck it down to make that vacuum so that there's no oxygen gets in there. Okay? So when I wipe these, if you would just hand me one of those the big lid there. And this is like a locking lid, right? So when we put this lid on here, we want it to just lock. We don't really twist too hard, we just let it, make sure that it locks. And then it's got a button on top. So what do we look for with that button after we take them out?
After we take them out, we need to make sure that the button concaves.
Yeah, so it's concave. So that means that we have a good vacuum. There we go. Okay, and put that lid on there. There we go. There we go. We got that one. Okay, now we have different kind of jars here. So now we're going to do some of these smaller jars. And what type of lid is this?
That is a 2-part lid.
That's a 2-piece lid, exactly right. So we're going to put this in here. Maybe one more. There we go. Kind of move it around. Put that one in there, and then we always remember we have to wipe the top just in case I dribbled any, so we get a good seal. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll wipe the top. See that there? So there's one for you. There's numero dos and son in Japanese. So we just turn it down and then just fingertip tight. Just like that, not too tight. And then we'll set this over here. And we'll put this one on there. Set that one on there, right? All right. Now, these are our little baby jars. These are, I don't know why people buy these, Michael. One sandwich, they'd be going for me. So we'll put this in there, and then we'll have to get some more. Okay, let's see, fill that one up, come on. All right, there you go. Now I'll let you do that one and while you're doing that, I'm gonna use the rest of this. Okay, so we'll just set that there.
And what kind of lid do I use for the small?
See that right there? Not that little bitty baby one, but the one right up on top. Yes, sir. That one there, Michael.
And these are locking lids, or just?
Actually, those are what they call continuous thread lids, and those you just turn them down and get them to where they just kind of stop. You don't have to go crazy to get them tight. Just get it where it's nice and taut. And then stop there, and then they will seal. So let me give you a couple more of these.
Look at this deep red color of the jam. It's really cool how the bright red strawberries turn into this deep color.
Yeah. It's like my grandma used to make. You know what? You know what I think I'm going to do? See, sometimes I go with a little too much. So why do I want to take a little out?
I don't know this very well.
So exactly, we want to take a little out so that we'll make sure that we can get a good vacuum so that it'll seal. Because if it's too close to the top, then we don't have a good vacuum and it won't seal properly. And if they don't seal, then we have to put them in the fridge. This way, if they seal, then we can keep them for, what's the shelf life on these?
About a year.
Yep, about a year.
They can stay on your shelf for very long.
Yep, it's very good. Okay. You get that one, I'll get this one.
And the jars, when you're jarring the jam, the jars are extremely hot and coming out of the oven.
That's right. That's why I love these gloves. So now I've got to fill the little babies.
You got to be really careful with the smaller jars.
Mm-hmm. Fill these little babies.
And do we use these smaller lids?
Uh-huh.
And what kind of lids are these?
Those are called locking. They're like
Kind of like the other ones that we
right.
used?
They're like the other ones. They're locking lids. Lug. They're called lug lids. There we go. And with these, we wipe them here. Like that one. Now, and then that one you just want to twist it till it locks. Did it lock? Yeah. So let's see. This one you kind of have to. There. See, kind of got to give that one a little bit of elbow grease. So I'll let you do that one. I'll do this one. So put it there. It kind of stops, and then kind of give it a little elbow grease there. I just thought that you and I were going to have a little extra jam, but it looked like I found another jar. So we can fill this one here, and then we still might have some for us. Oh yeah. There we go. All right.
And what kind of lid are we going to use for this jar?
The 2-piece. Here you go. There you go.
Thank you.
You bet. And this is for us. So I think we'll just save this. You know what I like to do with this strawberry jam here? I just take my plain old Greek yogurt and then add this into the Greek yogurt, and then I can control the amount of fruit in my jam, or in my yogurt I should say. So we'll just save that, and then we're going to put these in the convection oven. And how long, what do you think? How long do you think we should wait?
About 15 minutes or so.
You are exactly right, buddy.
And how hot is this oven?
This oven is about 275 degrees.
And we're putting the jar of jam into the oven so that the vacuum seal can be created in the jars.
Let me set the timer. And it's just waiting now.
Yep.
1,
So after making all the jam, this is what it looks like in the final product. The tops are concaved, or like dipped downward, so it has like a vacuum seal. And now we have the final taste test. You get the flavor of the berry and the brightness of the lemon juice, and then the sweetness of the sugar and the berry together. It's just fantastic. Thank you guys for sharing your recipe with me and being on the show.
Great job, Michael. It's awesome.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, and we'll
Thank
see you
you,
next
Michael.
time on Kid Chef.